And I'm super excited even more because we've got a special guest with us, right? A quick little background about myself before I introduce this person who will come in and share a little bit with you, a little bit of his story. And I believe he will also be coming in at the end of this presentation to share a little bit more of his wisdom. My name is Avinash Nagamah, born and raised in Mauritius, small, tiny tropical island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. I moved to London at the age of 18, to pursue my education in search of a better future. And it was tough. The first 6 years were very tough, including my uni years. I was working 2 or 3 jobs most of my life. Even after uni, I couldn't find that job that I wanted to do. I just couldn't find the job that, I thought I studied for. But eventually in 2006, I found my dream job. So I thought that was going to be my job for life. Maybe I was living in, cuckoo land, right? Because in 2012, when I took an authorized extended holiday, oh, someone said they can't hear anything. Let's have a look. Can someone let me know if they can still hear me? I've got a couple of people saying they cannot hear me. You can. All right, brilliant. Make sure your mic is connected. If you can't hear, that means you haven't connected to the audio. There's an option on Zoom on the bottom left. All right. Now back to my story. But in 2006, I found my dream job. But in 2012, I took an extended leave, approved leave, which I accumulated my days off for, because I was going to go and get married. And I went and spent most of my savings on my wedding. The company had one condition. I had to train 2 people so that they could cover my responsibilities whilst I was away. And I came back to find out that the company had done a corporate restructure. The position that I held in the company did not exist anymore. They created 2 assistant positions to that and gave it to the 2 people I trained. So essentially, I trained my replacement. And I was told, because those 2 people are costing the company less money than I was costing them, and those 2 people combined can cover my responsibilities. For me, and let's address the elephant in the room with COVID-19. Our heart goes out to everyone who's affected. But my COVID-19 happened in 2012. In 2012, I find myself with just barely some savings, and I've just lost my dream job. And I've just come back with a newly wedded bride. And that's the day I took the decision that I'm not going to work for someone. That's the day I decided I'm going to go into the world of entrepreneurship. And fast forward, I started my own business and eventually grew, and I expanded, and I eventually ended up having 7 businesses to myself. But here's the thing. The second turning point in my life happened in 2016. When my second child was born, I realized that although I was making more money from my businesses, I am now exchanging more of my time, because when it's your own business, there's no 40 hours per week. There's no limit. Sometimes it was 60, 80, sometimes it was even 100 hours plus. So I was going to be missing out. And for the first time in my life, my daughter was born in May 2016. In June 2016 was for the first time I became open-minded to home-based business. I became open-minded to network marketing, because you see, sadly, prior to that, I had the wrong mindset. I was listening to people who was telling me home-based business don't work, network marketing don't work, it's hard. And those are the people who hadn't had success in this industry. I was listening to people who hadn't had success, and I was taking advice from them. But in 2016, I decided to be more open-minded. And that introduced me to the world of home-based business, which I'm ever so grateful, because that has led me to where we are today with this incredible opportunity we're about to share with you. But before we go into this opportunity presentation, I would like to introduce you, and let's hear a few words from our special guest of today. Now, this gentleman is a family man. He's a life coach. He's a #1 best-selling author who has rubbed shoulders with legends of different industries. He's a legend himself as a best-selling author in the home-based business. He's a 7-figure income earner for the past many, many years. And I'm proud to have him as part of this company. I'm proud to have him here on this call because I'm always learning from him. We all are. He provides so much value, so much wisdom, and so much experience. And I cannot wait to hear from him. So in the chat, let's go and give a massive 5 to our special guest today, Mr. Johnny Wimbrey. Mr. Johnny Wimbrey, are you here? Can you hear us?
I am here. How are you, Avi?
I'm brilliant. Over it's boiling here in London, 33 degrees Celsius today.
London is boiling. I've never heard that before. I have been to London many times in my life. One thing that I've never heard is London is boiling. I like the sound of that. Thank you so much, Avi. It's always an incredible honor and a pleasure to be gracing the stage or the social airwaves, if you will, through technology with giants like yourself. To call me a legend is very interesting to me. I still feel like I'm 17 years old. I always tell people I need to grow up, but why? You know, living the life and teaching people how to live the life makes me feel young, and it keeps me young, and I'm just honored to be here. So I know that I'm just here just for a second in the very beginning. I'll come back towards the inning. We're going to, maximize the next 45 minutes of your life. And hopefully that many of you will see things that we saw that got us massively excited about who we are and what we bring to the table through the umbrella of our company, which is called Ibuumerang. As you're looking at this opportunity for the first time, and I know that someone invited you here to see this because maybe they just saw it. The reality is what we're starting to see because of what's going on around the world today. We're seeing people that have joined Ibuumerang in the last hour, and they have guests on this webinar. That's how fast things are starting to happen. Imagine not even knowing how to spell Ibuumerang. And then an hour later, you have already started your business and you are making money. That is a huge reality that we are experiencing and seeing from people just like you every single day, because we have made it a part of our lives and our commitment to help you launch your business in the right direction. Now, Avi does not own Ibuumerang, neither do I. We act like we do, but we don't. We are ambassadors of Ibuumerang exactly the same way we want to invite you into our family, the same way we were invited into the family. So I don't sit on the board of advisors. I'm not an owner of this company. I am an ambassador, just like we are hoping you to be. But I do want you to understand something on a whole nother level in terms of who I am and what I do on a global scale, with or without the opportunity that you're about to see. My job right now is I want to set your mindset in the right direction just to make sure that you're here to experience it, in a benefiting way. And what I mean by that is this: it is possible to be at the right place at the right time. We all know that. We see people, we see stories all the time of individuals who just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and life happened for them. Their children's children benefit because they were at the right place at the right time. And that's what I want you to understand. Just because you're here, it doesn't mean that you're present. And I'm going to ask that you be present just for the next 35, 40 minutes. Because what if something that we say literally locks onto you and it takes you to a whole nother dimension in life, and maybe even catapulting you in a whole different trajectory like Avi talked about. Now, when I saw home-based businesses for the first time, I was a regional vice president of an insurance firm. I was 25 years old. So I was on a fast track to what most people would say would be success. Now, I don't know, and I can say this with total confidence, I have never met anybody who's 25 years old and a regional vice president of a national insurance firm. I did that. It wasn't given to me. I earned it. My father was a trash man. So I didn't come from business sense in terms of creating wealth or legacy. We worked hard. I come from a very, very hardworking family and background. As a matter of fact, my first memory in life was being homeless, living in a battered women's shelter. So I don't come from wealth principles in terms of my background, but I want you to understand how I got to where I am today. When I was 25 years old, I had the title regional vice president of an insurance firm. The title did not match my income. Yes, before that, I was on track to fast success. But because of circumstances, like Avi talked about, a crisis in my life, I found myself, about to lose my home, about to lose my cars. And I was the guy who just got married and told my wife that she would never have to work because I had faith in my title. And I'm here to tell you right now that on February the 11th of the year 2000, that title would not mean anything to me after that day. Why? I refused to chase a title to gain respect. I wanted to gain generational wealth. I'd much rather would have the title of someone in my bloodline, the first person to make a decision that will lead to generational wealth. And that has already become a reality in my life. And not only that, I have helped hundreds of people around the world who are just like you become financially free in this industry of home-based businesses. Now, out of all the companies that are out there in the world, and there are thousands, without exaggeration, there are thousands of home-based businesses that are out there. Most of them, you'll never hear their name. Why? They're very small companies. Typically, the companies that are at the top, you'll know their name. Why Ibuumerang? Why should you pay attention? Why should the next 40 minutes of your life be locked into this presentation? Have you ever had the opportunity to be at the right place at the right time? Not taking action means your very presence had no value. So I want your presence to have value during this presentation. And what I'm saying more so than anything else is, how do you know that this could be a part of something for the rest of your life? Now, when I was 25 years old, I did make a decision to enter this industry. Now, if I would have found something like this my first time around, my life would be totally different. But the reality is what you're about to see has never existed before. Typically in home-based businesses, I have to sell you something. I have to, really convince you, switch your water so you can live. Take my vitamins so you can be healthy. Use my toothpaste so you don't have to have all these toxins in your mouth. Use my water purification system so you're not inhaling all these toxins. There's nothing wrong with those companies. They're great opportunities. It's just not a normal conversation. And that's why the network marketing industry gets a bad name, because we, the people like myself, I'm on this video, we're enticing you to see this presentation. And it's typically our fault. It's our fault because we tend to go out of our way to make it feel and seem like anybody can do this. And that's not true. Everybody doesn't have the skills to switch their family's water. Everybody doesn't have the skills to get someone to switch their makeup from this company to another company, their lotion from this company to another company. Everybody doesn't have that skill. And that's why a lot of people fail in home-based businesses, because we lead you to believe that anybody can do it, and that's not true. What you're about to see, those days are over. Being a salesperson to be successful, it's over. Can you be a salesperson and be successful in Ibuumerang? Yeah, absolutely. But do you need to be? Can you create a full-time income working part-time hours without being a salesperson? You're about to see the reality. Now, where would you be in life right now if you invested in Amazon.com 20 years ago? You definitely wouldn't be on this call. You'd be worth a lot of money. But the fact is, most people didn't invest in Amazon because they didn't understand where Amazon was going. Many people invest today while it's at its highest, stock price, and they'll invest today. Why? Because it's proven. But would you think that these people who are investing here would much rather would have invested here? Absolutely. Why? Because timing is everything when it comes to entrepreneurialism. So as you see this presentation, and as you understand who we are and where we are headed, I will come back towards the end, but it's my job right now just to make sure that your mindset is open. Please don't consult your past to determine your future with us. I know that most of you have seen home-based businesses before. I know that most of you have probably invested in being an entrepreneur before, maybe a home-based business or a side gig. I get it. But please don't bring that past experience into where we are right now, because I really want you to have an open mind. The mind is like a parachute. And if your mind is closed, a parachute has no value when it's closed. It only has value when it's open. And if it doesn't open at the right time, say splat. I've seen many people make horrible decisions in life, especially when it comes to finances, because they went splat. They didn't open their mind at the right place at the right time. Hopefully I got you into the mindset, because this presentation could change your life forever. So I'm going to turn it back over to one of our top leaders in the world. This individual, without question, has one of the fastest growing organizations in the world. He is in the United Kingdom. He is an amazing, amazing top level leader. He is one of our diamonds. That may not mean anything to you if you're a first time guest, but to us, when we introduce someone and they have attained the title of a diamond ambassador for Ibuumerang, that's a really big deal. It is a huge deal. So please welcome back to see this presentation, one of our diamonds, one of our only diamonds. We only have a handful around the world. And this individual, within a matter of months of joining this business, has hit one of the top levels. Please welcome back Avi. Avi, if you can just take us through this presentation. I am super excited to see what you have to show us, and I'm going to be here, and I'll come back at the very end. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to being at the right place at the right time. Back to you, Avi.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wimbrey. It was awesome. Thank you for that wisdom. And let me go ahead and share. And in the meantime, I'm going to share my screen. Mr. Wimbrey, I consulted with Google, and it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit today in London. So certainly it's boiling.
Wow. I've been to London many times. Maybe one time did I feel like it was in the 90s. Wow. You guys are experiencing a heat wave. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this presentation. As we're going to talk about figures, so we want to put up a disclaimer. But first of all, I want to share this with you. Ibuumerang launched in March 2019. And in their first year of business, without having a full year operational, only 9 months, where any person who launched a new company would have loved it if they could have become the top 100 fastest growing company in that industry. Well, a third-party company that for the last 2 decades have been providing information on the performance of home-based business has announced Ibuumerang as the fastest growing company of 2019. Not the top 100, the fastest growing company. And as we're about to talk about figures and maybe some success stories, it's important that you go through this disclaimer or you take a screenshot of it. But let me break this down for you. What this disclaimer is saying to you, this is exactly like a gym membership. You see, why do people get gym memberships? They go and get gym membership because they want a certain desired outcome. But do you get that outcome by registering to the gym, by signing up to the gym and not going? Well, you see, the gym provides you with the environment, with the tools that you can make use of, and you can have the desired result. You don't get the desired result by joining a gym. Likewise, Ibuumerang does not make any guarantees, because all we do is provide you with the environment, with the tools, with the leadership and support that is required for someone to have the results. But at the end of the day, it's all based on the effort that you put in. Now, I've told you my story and what led me to home-based business. And you know what, funny enough, 2 days ago, I was looking at a couple of articles that Forbes has put out. You see, Forbes said in the next 5 years, Forbes magazine, in the next 5 years, over 75 million people will start a new home-based business. My question is that going to be one of you? Or are you going to wait 5 years and be those that catch the tail end of something incredible, or something great. In fact, employers are right now urging people to work from home. Governments are urging people to work from home. My key thing is, if I have to work from home, why should I have an employer who controls my time and controls how much I get paid? I say it's time for you to take control of your time. It's time for you to start earning more money. It's time for you to start a home-based business. You see, our mission at Ibuumerang is to provide an opportunity to succeed without selling by offering a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. Now, Mr. Johnny Wimbrey touched base on the without selling. You see, we give away access to our technology, to a 5-star lifestyle, to people for free. The access to the technology is free. And if you go and look at some of the major companies in the world right now, over the last 2 decades, the companies that have become the fastest growing companies in the world, they all, what did they have in common? They all gave access to their technology, to their website for free. And we do exactly that. But it's without selling, because here's the thing. Majority of us hate selling. But here's something that we do naturally: sharing. We go and watch a new movie that comes out. We love the movie. We go and share it with our loved ones straight away. Same applies for a restaurant. Same applies for everything. We love sharing it for free. What happened is, when it comes to network marketing, it's always been about selling. But now Ibuumerang is here to change that. Hence why we're just different. You see, it's about taking you from an outdated business model where customers had to pay more and the most experienced will win. You know, for example, if someone was coming to you and saying you have to switch the water that you drink, well, majority of the time, that water that they're selling you has been marked up and marked up and marked up. You could find the same thing or an equivalent cheaper elsewhere. Well, it's about taking you into the new modern era, which Ibuumerang introduces to you, where you make money only when customers save money. And you have advanced tools to help you succeed, along with the proven support of the leadership that we have here, right? Now, with that said, let's introduce you to the leadership team. Now, Mr. Holton Buggs, the chairman and CEO of this company, he started in the home-based business in the 1990s, where for the first 7 years, he never made more than $500 in any particular month. But later on, he went on to develop formula and a system to achieve rapid success. And by 2009 onwards, he created record-breaking earnings and sales in the past decade. And in doing so, he supported over 45 people to earn over $1 million. And in 2019, he founded Ibuumerang. And he put together, this is just the core team. We've got Mr. Edwin Haynes, our Global Master Ambassador, Mr. Terence Gray, our VP of Operations, Mr. Mark Kifkart, our VP of Marketing, Laurie Spears, our Director of Travel, David Manning, our CEO of Extreme Travel, and Mr. Peter Hirsch. Now, here is something I want to draw your attention to. I had never heard of a title called Chief Giving Officer. It was the first time at Ibuumerang that I heard that. And I was impressed. But you see, Mr. Holton Buggs has always been a philanthropist. You see, Ibuumerang, the whole concept of Ibuumerang, the whole philosophy, the name, you see, when you send a boomerang, it comes back to you. Well, if thrown correctly. And the whole vision of Ibuumerang is, we're going to do good. We're going to give away goodwill, and goodwill is going to come back. How do we give away goodwill? Well, we give away free access to our technology that helps people get access to exclusive discounts on products and services they were going to purchase anyway. And how it comes back? Well, goodwill comes back because every time you help a customer save money, you make money. Now, do I have your attention? Do I have your attention when I say we give away free access to our technology to people that's going to save? get exclusive discounts on products and services they are going to purchase anyway. And in return, the more they save, the more you earn, right? Now, our team has created a concept to make the future of business easier. That's what Mr. Holton Bucks, along with the core team of Ibuumerang, has gone and done, right? And it all starts with our product, which is the PRIB, the Perpetual Residual Income Builder. This little picture here of the yellow circle with a bit of blue inside, that is our product, because that is our technology. You see, the PRIB is a combination of data analytics and artificial intelligence. Now I will share something that happened to me, and I think many of you will be able to relate to this because it may have happened to you as well. And the first time that it happened, I just thought it was a coincidence. I went on, let's say, Facebook many, many years ago, and I saw an ad for something I just searched moments ago. And I was like, wow, that's a coincidence. But the second, third, fourth, and maybe even fifth time that it happens, totally freaked me out. And I realized, wow, technology has advanced so much that they know everything I'm searching for. And the PRIB does exactly that, but a lot more. You see, the PRIB does everything that you have to personally do yourself in traditional business, most of the things that you still have to do in direct sales, and some of the things that a franchise can't even offer. The PRIB assists you in doing what many have struggled to do in the past. You see, the PRIB does the selling. The technology, the PRIB does the upselling, does the training for you. Now, in any business I've known before, I had to go and do that, either as an employee or as a business owner or in another home-based business that I've been part of. And here, the technology does it all for you. Now, let me introduce you to Ibuumerang's travel platform called iGo. iGo Travel is the front door to the PRIB. You see, in 1994, July, when Amazon.com launched for the first time, I don't know how many of you know, the millennials certainly probably wouldn't. Amazon was an online bookstore. Amazon launched as a company selling books online, but that was the front door to their technology, which was back then nothing as advanced as it is today. But it was enough that when, let's say, someone went on Amazon and searched for a book on cooking, even if they did not purchase the book, they just told Amazon, they just told Mr. Jeff Bezos that they have an interest in cooking, which meant in the near future, they'll be purchasing, well, cooking ingredients. They'll be purchasing pots and pans. So that is how Amazon then prioritized what was the next set of products and services to add to their portfolio based on what the demand was of the majority of their customers. Well, guess what? That is exactly the philosophy of Ibuumerang. But we opened the door using our travel platform, where in the first 12 months, we acquired over 500,000 customers already. Why? Because we all love to travel. We either love to travel or we would love to travel more. You see, travel is an $8 trillion industry. In Europe alone, $4.8 billion is turned over per day in travel. In US, 2.8 billion per day. But here is a secret that is not a secret. Now, this shocked me because this is public information that I didn't know. And that totally floored me because here are some websites that are very popular, right? Booking.com, rentalcars.com, Kayak, Agoda, OpenTable, Priceline, Expedia, Trivago, Travelocity, along with 42 other of the major websites that we are known to use, that we compare prices between them. They are just marketing sites owned by just 2 companies. Yes, you heard this right. They are only owned by 2 companies. And between them, they have a price parity and markup agreement, which they use to monopolize the price. That's why, have you ever noticed, when you search between those platforms, the prices are almost the same. Well, they have wholesale prices, but their business model is different. You see, at iGo, we also have access to wholesale prices. But what we do is we use the same inventory and we pass on the savings to you. We pass on the savings to you, right? Let's go and take some examples, which was done as a live comparison at the same time, like for like. New York City, 4.5-star hotel on Expedia was $339 per night. On iGo, there was a $161 saving, and it was available at $178 per night. Paris, France, I love Paris, 4-star hotel, $440 per night. And there was that was on Travelocity. On the iGo platform, there was a saving of $310 available per night. And the one on the right, rentalcars.com in New York, $392. Same car, with the same company booked through iGo, $171 saving. And notice how I pay more attention to the saving than the final cost, because we make more money when people save more. We make travel saving bonuses based on the amount of savings. And below on your screen, you can find some reservation confirmation. And they vary. As you can see on the left here, you have a saving of $1,341. In the middle, $316. And on the right, Mr. Holtenbugs Jr., a reservation that he only paid $1,348.94 after saving $1,589. That was more than 50% in saving. As if that wasn't great enough, you also receive reward credits. What are reward credits? They are just points that you can redeem towards any future booking on the iGo platform. Now, iGo gives you access to a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. The core services of iGo, which is just our first vertical, the front door to our technology, to Ibuumerang, the core services of iGo is hotels, car rentals, cruises, flights, homes, weeks. The weeks are fantastic. Wait till you see those. Marketplace, timeshare owners, and many additional lifestyle activities, rewards, and saving program, as you can see on your screen. There is more getting added all the time. Now, that is iGo. The question is, do you boomerang? Well, yes, I'm proud to say, yes, I boomerang. And like Mr. Johnny Wimbrey said, I'm a proud ambassador of Ibuumerang, because you see, the definition of ambassador is someone who champions the cause. And I champion the cause of Ibuumerang, not just because I'm an ambassador with the company, because I'm an ambassador of their cause. I'm a champion of their cause, right? Now, the way the boomerang works, it's a smart code system. You generate a code on your online system that you're given access to, and you can send the code via text or email. In fact, you can even send them via WhatsApp, privately, or on Facebook if you copy it yourself. When the person who received the code get that, they go to activate the code at the same website called igoboom.com. And once they activate the code, they now have free access to those discounts. And what the boomerang is essentially is, as an ambassador, I have a certain number of boomerangs that I can give away for free to people to become a customer that gets access to this website. And every time they save, I receive a travel saving bonus. But I mentioned our chief giving officer earlier. I mentioned how Ibuumerang is all about doing goodwill. Mr. Holtenbugs is all about philanthropy. Well, you see, for every code that gets activated, a child gets nourished through our Boom Foundation. And in 2019 alone, over 4.4 million proper servings of nutrition has been served to child in need through our Boom Foundation. So to summarize this, I give away access to a technology for free to someone that now has at their reach exclusive discounts on products and services they're going to use. They activate their access, a child in need gets fed in the world. I think That was brilliant enough. I think we could stop there. It's brilliant enough. But when they use it, they actually get a discount and I get a travel saving bonus. You know what? It's never been done before. And welcome to why we said you are at the right place at the right time. Now, let's go and take an example because we're talking about ambassadors and customers and we don't want to confuse you, right? We have an ambassador platform here on the left and to the right of it, we have a customer platform. And here's how it works. As an ambassador, I get access to the wholesale prices. I take the full whack of the discounts. In this example, a $1,046 booking, there's a $424, 41% discount. I book this, I pay $621. Now, let's say I've got a friend who wants to join me on this trip with his family. I send him a boomerang for free. Well, you see, as a customer, they get access to half the discounts. But here's my question. For them, the best public price was $1,046. I gave them access to this site by giving them a code, a boomerang for free. They just saved $212. Are they happy? Yes or yes? I mean, are they happy? Yes or yes? Certainly they are, because they just put back $212 in their pocket because they were about to spend that if they booked it elsewhere. Well, notice that there was $424 available as a wholesale price discount. We gave $212, half of it to the customer for free. What happens to the rest? Well, 50% of the remaining is paid to the referring ambassador as a direct travel saving bonus. In this example, it's $106. So if that was my customer, who I just helped save $212, I received $106. If that was your customer, well, that's $106 in your pocket. What did you have to sell? Nothing. Who did you have to recruit? Absolutely nobody. Well, one of the fastest growing segments of travel is the drive share industry. Now, some of you may know it as the ride share industry. In fact, one of the early adopters company of rideshare became the fastest growing company of the last decade. Now, we call it the drive share industry because we're a mobility solutions provider. We don't just move people, well, we can move goods and services. You see, iGo was the front door to the Prib. Well, guess what? The technology does its work. People travel. When people travel, go abroad, what do? From home to the airport, airport to their hotel, hotel to the city center. Guess what? They use taxis, they use rideshare. So Mr. Haltenbugs went and bought his own rideshare company. And here we introduce to you our own rideshare company called Vibe. And there is going to be new product and service added, our third vertical, our fourth vertical, and many more. Based on what the Prib says, our existing customer and database of what they're searching. And we have it on good authority that we have some major announcements coming very soon in regards to our next verticals. Now, let me introduce you to Vibe. First of all, why would someone want to use Vibe as opposed to an existing company they use? Let's talk about a customer. Well, because they can choose their vibe. Hashtag choose your vibe. What do I mean by that? Well, imagine you're able to choose the music you want to be listening to, the type of music when you get in the car. And when the car comes to you, it's already playing that type of music. You could choose the temperature. You can choose if you want any conversation with the driver or not. And if you do, is there any topics you don't want to discuss? Look, I hate to discuss my political views with a stranger. And during election time, you get in a ride share, the first thing they're talking about to you is politics. I don't like it. Now I get to make sure that that doesn't happen. And many other features, especially from a security perspective, here is something for me is very close to my heart. You see, I have my mother, my sister, my wife, my daughter. There's someone who's playing up with the screen. If you could stop, be careful. You are. Thank you very much. Now, there's an option called Girl Power. Girl Power means as a customer, you can press that button. Maybe it's Friday night, you've gone out with a few friends, had a couple of drinks. You don't feel comfortable getting into a car with a man, with a stranger. You choose girl power, you get picked up by a lady driver. Well, that feature is also available to the ladies who are drivers, because it could be Saturday night after a game of football and, you know, people are drunk. They don't want to pick up 4 random men who are drunk in their car. Well, they press the girl power button. They will be picking up lady passengers only. And there are many other features, from security, from route tracking. There's a security alarm feature and much more. So there's plenty of reason why someone would want to use Vibe, right? Now, Vibe is the next generation of drive share, because there are 3 ways to earn. You can earn when you drive. As a driver, you can earn when you drive. But here's where it gets interesting. You can earn when others drive. You earn when others drive. And you can also earn when customers ride. Now, some of you may be looking at this saying, well, I remember a company who told me to share this app with a person who uses it, and I will get £10, $10, 10 euros off my next trip. I remember a company that said to me, introduce someone who comes and drive for us, and once they've completed 100 rides, we'll pay you $100. And I thought, you know what? Those were brilliant business model. Just that they're not for this time. Now things have changed. And when you look at how and how much you get paid for introducing a customer when they ride and introducing others to drive, you're going to understand that this is a revolution in this whole industry. Now, as a driver, as an active income earner, they can earn up to 75%, obviously excluding the tolls and tax. Why would a driver want to drive? Well, first of all, they get paid up to 75%. Secondly, I can only speak for myself here. If I got into a ride share, it's playing my type of music. It's my type of groove. The temperature is just the way I like it. The conversation is limited to what I want to have or none if I chose none. They use the route that I've chosen because I already pre-selected Google Maps or Waze. I am going to tip that driver a lot more than usual, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, if you are like me, you would understand. You see, the drivers get it. They know they're also going to very likely be looking at a fatter paycheck of their tips. So this is a brilliant model for someone who just wants to actively drive. You see, currently, the unemployment rate globally is going off the roof. Well, many people may not have a job, but they may still have a car. And this could be your way of helping someone put food on their table, right? Now let's go and look at a driver passive model. We said you can earn when others drive. What do we mean? Well, we pay you 3% of the total fares every time they pick up a fare. In this example, if you go and introduce 10 drivers and they each pick up fares of $50,000 per year, that's for 10 drivers, a total of $500,000 per year in fares. Well, our drive share model pays you 3%. In this example, by helping 10 people become drivers in Vibe, by sending them a code to apply for it for free, you make $15,000 per year. And based on this average calculation, you're going to make $15,000 per year every year for as long as those 10 drivers are driving for Vibe. Now, you could go and say, I can get a lot more drivers. These drivers are likely to refer other drivers themselves, because that's how the rideshare industry became so fast growing. But if they are just an active driver, they don't get this 3%. This 3% goes to you. And that the person who invited you here today can explain in more details if you want more details on this. Now, let's look at a rider passive model. Now, I remember sharing the link with a few of my friends. I think it was three people, and getting like £10 for each person that used it. That was brilliant. But let's compare to what Vibe offers you. You introduce 10 riders for free. Each customer can get their 5 people. They share with 5 people. Guys, someone's playing the screen. Please be careful. Those 10 riders that you gave access to the Vibe app, they downloaded it for free. They now get incentivized to share this app with 5 people and they get a free ride. Once they have 5 customers that have used Vibe, they get a free ride. They bring 50 new riders. Those 50 brings 250 more, and we could go on. But let's stop it there. We want to show you more very conservative figures. You now have 310 customers, yours, that you're going to earn 3% on as well. Now, 310 riders in total, based on an average $50 average per month expenditure, will give you an estimated income of $5,580 per year in bonuses. Well, as long as these riders keep using Vibe, you keep getting paid. You keep getting paid. Of course, this is based on a hypothetical income earned from activated Boomerang riders only, okay? Now, with that said, there are more ways to get paid. With Boomerang, there are more ways to get paid. But let me slow it down for a minute. Just take a look at what we've just gone past. For me, we didn't even need more ways to get paid. That was brilliant enough that I knew we could go and change many people's lives. We could go and show this to many people that's going to change their lives over the next 2-3 years. But there are more ways. So let's look at the customer acquisition of iGo, our front door. Now, I know it for a fact that everyone on this call know way more than 10 people that travel at least once a year who would love for free to get access to some exclusive savings. I think some of you may know 50, some of you may know 100, some of you may know a lot more. Let's take 10 customers. You see, if you go and get 10 customers that use the iGo platform, based on our average annual saving of $600, that's a total annual saving of $6,000 combined for the 10 customers. And remember, you get 50%. So that puts a travel saving bonus of $3,000 into your pocket. What if you knew 20 customers or 50 or 100? So it's a lot more. But here's something else I want to share with you, a little secret. What happened when this customer, let's say, books a trip to Dubai, they save $600 and they come back. And let's use a hypothetical example. If Ibuumerang said to them, look, already, they come back after saving $600, they can't wait to find out how they can get access to this to their brothers, to their sisters, to their best friend, to their cousin. They can't wait. But what if we say, share this link with 5 people, and for each of them that makes a booking, we're going to give you X amount of reward credits, which is equivalent to X amount of dollars, let's say in a hypothetical example, $30 for $50 towards your next trip. Are they going to go and do that? Certainly they will do that. But if those 10 customers brought 5 more each, you have 50 more customers. Now you have 60 customers of yours. A free customer cannot earn the travel saving bonus. They are incentivized as a one-off to bring more customers. And if that's your customer who did that, the customers they bring becomes your customer. Well, starting from 10 customers, who each, if they went and got 5 customers that books with iGo, now 60 customers in this example, based on our average annual saving, will give you a travel saving bonus of $18,000 per year. Now, what if you started with 20 customers or 50? You can do the math on that. We don't want to scare people with figures. We don't want to show huge figures. We want to show you the minimum. Okay. Now, other ways you can earn with the team builder model. And here's what I want to share a little something with you. I initially started this. I was going to go all out and get customers. Now, what would happen if you give a code to your best friend and they start traveling, they start getting up to 35% discount, which is half of the wholesale discounts available. And one day they find out that they could have got double discounts. One day they find out that they could have also shared this with their family and friends and receive a travel saving bonus. What's your answer when they come back to you and they say, hey, why didn't you tell me about this? I mean, I know so many people that travel, and why did I only get access to half the discounts? What would be your answer? So I like to give them the option of whether they want to become an ambassador and have the benefits just like I do, or whether they want to become a free customer. And if you have someone who wants to become an ambassador in the business, well, first of all, you have a direct sales bonus. You get rewarded for everything you do at Ibuumerang, where we pay up to 15% on all membership pack based on the CV, which is the commissionable volume for each ambassador that you introduce. And then we have our dual team bonus. To keep it simple, our dual team bonus pays up to 20% of the weaker side. You only have a left and a right side every week. Now, let me explain this from a perspective that's very important. You see, as you can see, I think we've got nearly 200 people on this call. The person who invited you here today certainly has more people that's on this call. Yesterday we had 150. It's growing already. Like Mr. Wimbrey said, there's people who joined 15 minutes ago. They're on this call with other people. Well, the person who invited you here today, they only can place you on the left or on the right. Guess what happens when those two positions are taken? They have to go below either of those, which means there's a high likelihood that people who join this business after you may and could become part of your organization, which will benefit you on your dual team bonus. On the dual team bonus, there is a capping of a maximum of $250,000 per week that can be earned on that for those of you who go out and build a massive organization. Now, how do you get started? If you want to become an ambassador, and we'll cover the options in a short minute, we all start in the same way. You see, unlike a job where some people start above you, some people start below you, we all start at the same level. We call it standby, which is a wholesale starter kit costing $49.95. What does that give you? Well, that gives you access to a Boomerang customer site. You are still a customer with certain privilege of an ambassador. You get 5 boomerangs to send out. You only get 25% of the direct travel saving bonus that we've been speaking about, and 25% of referral commissions. But you do get access to one of our incredible tools, the I Decide interactive presentation. Because some of you may be looking at us here saying, man, I love this, but do I have to sit in front of the camera and present this business? Well, no, because that's why we have an incredible team of leaders that does this for you. But on top of that, we have our I Decide tool, where at a click of a button, you could send an interactive version of this presentation in a selection of multiple language to someone you know. And you also get access to your online management system. Now, here's what the standby is. The standby is exactly what it says. You see, if I needed to get on a flight and I called the airline and they said to me, well, Mr. Nagamah, the flight is fully booked. Well, because you need to get on this flight, go and pack your bags as if you're traveling. Get ready, get everything done as if you're traveling. Come to the airport. And if it so happens that we have a last minute cancellation, we will get you on this flight. They call that a waiting list in Europe, a standby list in the US. So for me, this pack is exactly like that. So for some of you who's looking at this and saying, I want to become an ambassador, once you get your standby position, you now have the selection option of one of 3 different packs. You have the coach class, which now gives you access to on your iGo booking engine with hotels, flights, and car rentals. You only get 10 boomerangs to start, but you will also earn only 50% of the bonus percentage that we've been speaking about. On the dual team, you only qualify up to 10%, but you do get access generously to the Prib and Vibe rides. This costs a one-off $250. Then you have the business class, where you now have access to everything from the coach class, but also the cruises. You get 25 boomerangs to start with. You can now earn 100% of the bonus that we spoke about. On the dual team, however, you only qualify for up to 12%. Of course, you get access to the Prib and Vibe rides, and this is a $500 one-off pack. And last but not least, you have the first class, the pack that I am on, the pack that most people in our organization join on. Now you have access to the hotels, the flights, the car rentals, the cruises, homes, weeks, timeshare, marketplace, lifestyle, everything. You get 50 boomerangs to start with. and you, of course, earn 100% of the bonus that we've spoken about. And on the dual team, you can earn up to 20%. That's massive. Because you see, some of you may look at this from 12% to 20% and say, that's 8% difference. No, that's a 66% increase. From 12% to 20% is a 66% increase of 12% that takes you to 20%. And this is available to you at $1,000 only. Now, here's the thing that shocked me. You see, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 8 years. I've started several businesses, some that succeeded very well, some that didn't do so well. But yet, every single one of them cost me way more money to get started. When I saw Ibuumerang and I said, sometimes it's too cheap and people don't take it seriously enough, I was shocked. On top of that, the monthly subscription to run your business, to give you access to a website where you're not a replicated website, where you don't have to pay for the hosting, for the management, you get access to your online management system, you get access to 10 more boomerangs every single month. And all the tools and coaching and leadership that we have access to, it costs only $99.95 per month subscription on all membership pack. In fact, for the coach class in some select countries, it's only $49.95. I've never known a business, let alone my own business, that could run on such a small amount. My electricity bill at each business is 5 times more than that per month, right? Now, with that said, those are the packs. And how do you get started is by going to ibuumerang.com, but ibuumerang.com is by invitation only. So the person who invited you will need to give you a link that you can use to get started. And before we finish, I want to share one last thing with you before we introduce our special guest, once again, Mr. Johnny Wimbrey. I want to put, first of all, the disclaimer on there because we have spoken about figures. In case you missed the start, go ahead and read this and take a screenshot of this. And what I want to share with you is this. Mr. Wimbrey mentioned about how amazing it would have been if we invested in Amazon 20 years ago, in Google, in Facebook, in Apple, in Microsoft. How amazing would it have been if we were able to buy 1,000 Bitcoins for $3 in 2009? Now, some of you maybe were shown Bitcoins, not at that price, but at some cheaper price than what it is today. I saw Bitcoin the first time in 2012 at $9.96. Today, it's at $9,000 plus. Now, we've heard a statement many times. In fact, we've probably used it ourselves. I wish I did. If someone had invited you, most likely we were not invited in the early years of any of these companies that disrupted their industries. We were not invited. And if we were, we didn't make the right decision. So the first thing here today, we would love for you to be grateful that someone thought highly of you to invite you to this presentation. So please go back and let them know what option you are. If you're option 1, guys, someone is playing with their screen, please be careful. If you are option 1, that means you don't want anything to do with this business. You just want to be a free customer and get access to the discounts. Brilliant. Let the person know you are option 1. Now, you may want to show your gratitude even more by saying, hey, I'm option 1, but I may know a couple of friends who may be interested in becoming an ambassador. That would be awesome. You may be option 2, where you may have certain questions. You like the business, but you have some questions. Go ahead and let the person know you are option 2. But if you're option 3, like ourselves we were, let the person know ASAP that you are option 3 so they can get you to secure your position before the other people who have questions that needs to be answered that gets in, because some of them could become part of your organization and benefit you on your dual team bonus. Now, with that said, that's it from me, from my side, but now is the most important part, because now we would like to reintroduce you to Mr. Johnny Wimbrey, who is going to share a little bit more wisdom with you, because in this industry, he has been one of the top earners over the last decade. He's an incredible mentor who's helped many people reach their goals and their dreams. And now he's going to share with you exactly that. So with that said, I thank you from my side. My name is Avinash Nagamah. Diamond Ambassador with Ibuumerang. And Mr. Wimbrey, are you here? Can you hear us?
I'm incredibly here. How are you, Avinash?
I'm brilliant. I'm on fire.
You are on fire, brother. What an incredible presentation. I'm looking at everybody who has their cams on, and everyone is smiling and looks like everybody's ready to get to work. So I am not here to slow you down. I'm definitely here to speed you up. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw and what you just heard was enough information to simply say, I want more. I want more of this. And just know that you're not going to understand everything today, but you can start making money with us today. You can start your business today and earn and learn. And that's what we want you to understand. The reason we do these Zoom presentations the way that we do it every day, all day, is for the new people who join us today, because we want to give you the ammunition, if you will, to start your business quick, fast, and in a hurry, and aimed in the right direction. I've seen so many people get excited about something and just start very fast in the wrong direction. So us as leaders, we want to aim you in the right direction with that positive energy of something new and knowing that you're safe moving in the right direction. So ladies and gentlemen, we are Ibuumerang, and we're not going anywhere. There is no question you're going to hear about us again. Your family members and friends, they will find out about us. The question is, will they be on your team, or will you be on their team in the future because you procrastinated? We're coming. There's nothing that can stop us. Avi said it. We were the fastest growing home-based business opportunity in the world in 2019. What year did we launch? 2019. We only had 9 months of the year to compete with all the other companies around the world. And we're talking about hundreds of companies. And the year we launched, we're number one in the world in terms of fastest growing. That's what you call a clue. As a matter of fact, I'd be willing to bet that you can't name one company in the world that entered an industry that already existed and they were number one their first year. It's never been done before. You're a part of history. So I ask you the question again, when's the best time to get on an airplane? When it's on the ground or when it's in the air? We're going in the air. We will hit the air. Ibuumerang will be a household name. There's nothing that can stop us. We are headed to the future. Do you want to know about us now, or do you want to wait until we're in the air? People who wait until a company is in the air, that's a customer. That's somebody that I would consider a consumer. And we're all consumers. We buy things based on our belief system. The belief is coming. It's already starting. But entrepreneurs think, I want to get positioned before the whole world believes it. That's what an investor thinks. So I want to talk to the entrepreneur that's in you right now, not the consumer. Consumer, go be a free customer. We welcome you. But the entrepreneur, welcome to the family, because it is ground floor. And it's our job as leaders to make sure that we're moving in the right direction, fast, hard, and heavy, and making history. Not only were we the fastest growing opportunity in the world the year we launched, with everything that's going on with COVID-19 and everything that's going around the world, there are a lot of distractions that are happening right now. And we don't ignore that. As a matter of fact, our owner, our founder, Mr. Holton Buggs, he has created stimulus packages into the millions of dollars, putting it back into the compensation plan, fast start growth for new people. Why? Because there are single mothers out there that can't see past 90 days in terms of their job. We want to be there for them. There are senior citizens that are losing their jobs right now on a global scale. We want to be there for them. There are people who are graduating high school, entering the workforce with major uncertainty. We want to be there for them. In the last 90 days, I've never seen anything like what we're experiencing. In the last 90 days, I see single mothers replacing their income using Ibuumerang. I see young professionals starting their life with full-time income in Ibuumerang. I see professionals who have the titles that most people would die to have, like doctors, attorneys, politicians, athletes, professional athletes that are joining Ibuumerang because of everything that's going on in the world. We're setting people free. We are that positive distraction. And we have been in front of more people because of technology than we could be in front of on airplanes flying around the world to doing presentations in hotel rooms and conference centers around the world. Technology has been a friend to us. Zoom has been a friend to us in a major way. Our fastest growing month in the history of Ibuumerang. Anybody want to guess our fastest growing month? Now remember, I didn't say it. A third-party source did the research and wrote an article on Ibuumerang and said that Ibuumerang was the fastest growing network marketing company in all of 2019. It's a third-party company. They've been around for over a decade, and that's all they do is watch and evaluate network marketing companies. Does anybody want to guess? Somebody just guessed it. Our fastest growing month in the history of Ibuumerang was April 2020. I'm slowing down on purpose because I really want you to understand what I'm about to say. The very reason that you think that people wouldn't join a home-based business is the very reason they are joining. Why? Because the whole world is saying, be safe at home. Stay home as much as possible and be safe. So when's the best time to introduce somebody to a home-based business? When the whole world, when their governments are saying, stay home. That was April 2020. April 2020 will go down in history for every single one of us as the absolute, so far has been the worst month in the history of our lifetime on a global scale. So how did our best month in Ibuumerang be the worst month in the world in terms of a pandemic? Is because we are the positive distraction. Join us in being a positive distraction in people's lives around the world. A lot of people are at home wondering what tomorrow is going to look like. Ibuumerang is the positive distraction. We're helping people create their tomorrow, not wait for their tomorrow. We are a technology company, just like Amazon's a technology company. They're not a book company. They're not a mattress company. They're not a tire company. They're a technology. Ibuumerang's a technology. The difference is we are going to share the wealth with you by helping us build it. By helping putting customers, free customers into the crib, you're going to be financially incentivized. And we're the first company in the history of home-based businesses that says, please don't talk to your customers. That makes us incredibly different. Typically in home-based businesses, if I get my customer to drink my water faithfully, it's my responsibility to get them on the vitamins too. It's my responsibility to get them on the diet pills too. So I have a whole inventory of product that it's my responsibility to get my customers to take. In Ibuumerang, we say, don't talk to your customers. Let the algorithm talk to them. Let the PRIB talk to them, the perpetual residual income builder. Perpetual, because it never stops. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. While I'm talking to you right now, my PRIB is working for me in over 60 countries around the world in languages I can't even speak. That's the power of the PRIB. The power of the PRIB is learning your free customers without you having to talk to them. When your free customers go to search travel, even if they don't book it, we're learning who they are. Do you guys understand this? Mr. Bezos did this with books. If you ordered a book on how to become a stay-at-home chef, you just told Amazon you're going to be ordering cookware soon. That's how they know what to market you. So don't worry about selling your customers anything. Just put them inside the PRIB and let them start clicking. The more they click, the more we learn them. The more that we learn them, the more we know what to offer them. And the more we offer them, the more they consume. And the more they consume, the more money you make without ever talking to them one time. That's the power of the boom. That's the power of the PRIB. Welcome to Ibuumerang. God bless you guys. I look forward to hearing some of your testimonies. Every single time we do a webinar like this, not every now and then, every single time, within 3 to 7 days, we start getting testimonies from people who are just like you, who just joined us and said, I was on the presentation on Wednesday and I joined Wednesday, and they're saying on Friday, I'm profitable. Those are the testimonies that I love to hear. Just yesterday, we did presentations, and I'm already starting getting testimonies from people who joined us yesterday. And guess what? We're going to do the exact same presentation tomorrow, same time, because we want to help you build your business and aim you in the right direction. Welcome to the Boom. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the beaches of the world, and we'll see you traveling around the world, and we'll see you inside the crib, and we'll see you in the Boom. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I see you, Debbie, over there laughing and smiling. I see you, Matthew. I see you, Joanne. Kyle and Dave, you've been watching. Kyle and Dave have been watching this presentation as if they were doing it. I love that kind of energy. Valerie, I see you. Rob, I see you. Alex, I see you. Julie, Topsy, Barat, Sylvia, Joe. I got to stop. I'll just keep going. It's one of my favorite things to do. I see you, Kawaki. Hey, there he goes. Aloha, aloha. Bless you guys. Brenda, from all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. Sylvia's in the building. Everybody, Jewel, you are in the building. Go boom. Go spread the word, guys. Go tell your family members and friends, because if you don't, we will. And it's better that they're in your team, not our team. So go to work, spread the word. The Boom is real. God bless you guys.